Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous video, where today I am finally back at home, so the videos will resume. I apologise about the lack of uploads lately and my previous video not really being edited to its current standard. That was because I was away in South Wales just enjoying some time before Christmas. But we're back now, don't you worry, and hopefully videos should resume during the Christmas period. But as for today's video, we'll be ranking all 6 seasons of Camp Cretaceous. Now firstly, you must be wondering, why did I say 6 and not 5? That's because we'll be treating the interactive episode of Camp Cretaceous Hidden Adventure as its own entity, as if it were a season. I know it's not a season and it is an episode, but for obvious reasons I can't just put the title as all 5 seasons plus interactive episode, because that just doesn't make any sense. But anyways, we've been given a total of 5 whole seasons for Camp Cretaceous, as well as 1 interactive episode, and to be honest, some were absolutely exceptional, whereas some were, well, I think Dwayne Johnson can probably answer this for us.
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
So yeah, well, in today's video we'll be ranking all of the seasons from the worst to the best. So sit down, grab some snacks and enjoy this unscripted video, as it's been a while since I've seen a lot of these seasons, but I feel as if I can remember quite a lot of them thoroughly. But now, without any further introduction, here are all of the seasons of Camp Cretaceous ranked. And to start off in the lowest of the low spot, number 6. I think we all know where this is going. Camp Cretaceous Season 4. I don't really want to explain why, because I think loads of people know why. It wasn't very Jurassic. It wasn't something that, you could watch over and over again. Yes, there are some great parts. The Spinosaurus returned, the Smilodon showed up, and we visited a brand new island that was added into canon. However, after Season 4, we also learned that this Manticore Island type of thing was originally supposed to be Isla Sorna, and personally for me, that would have been incredible and a great way to kind of push forward this, let's say, mini spin-off series into a better direction and connect it to the overall universe just that little bit better. Granted, Season 4 did have its great moments, like I did mention, and we got a little bit more of Isla Sorna lore as well, and it did set up Season 5, which was just a little bit better than Season 4. So it's not all doom and gloom, and I do understand why people can enjoy Season 4. It was fun, but the robots, they were kind of, I want to say they weren't really Jurassic-y. I know that's not a word, but it didn't really have the vibe of Jurassic, unfortunately, and it felt really, really odd, as if it was a little bit different. Now, I wouldn't say unrealistic, because, when you look at the actual universe that Jurassic is in, they had VR headsets in the early 1990s at least, and probably in the 80s as well. In our universe, we don't have anything of the sort. They can also replicate and create dinosaurs in their world. Us, we are about 30-40 years behind that technology, and even still, I don't even think it's possible to do that in our universe. So clearly, in their universe, in this Jurassic universe, they are far, far better when it comes to technology and science. So saying that the Robo-Dogs or the Brads and Brad X's aren't realistic is a bit of a long shot for me. I do think that they are realistic, and it's a step in the right direction as to what you can expect from that Earth. So I wouldn't really say that Season 4 sucked just because of the robot dogs. It just felt a little bit off, and it felt like there was a big jump between Season 3, which was phenomenal, and Season 4, which was arguably the worst one. So maybe after leaving Season 3 on such an amazing ending, it was absolutely terrific, and then having our high expectations for Season 4, that may have actually lowered how we feel about Season 4. But either way, in 6th place, Season 4. And now, in 5th place, we have Season 5. I know, some people are going to say, but why is Season 5 there? Well, actually, Season 5, I actually enjoyed a lot more than Season 4. It seems as if Seasons 1 to 5, not including Season 4, and the interactive episode, actually are in a completely different category than to Season 4, unfortunately. I feel like Season 4 is just being bullied here. But honestly speaking, Season 5 had a great ending, which really saved it a lot. Now, we didn't really see too much of the Robo-Dogs and the Brads and Brad X's and all of this weird wacky technology, But granted, we did see a lot of the mind control chips, which are kind of realistic in our world and also realistic in their world as well. So I wouldn't really knock it down for realism, it was just a very way. I can't really describe it, to be honest. I have done reviews for all of these seasons on my channel, so if you want a bit more in-depth review regarding season 5 and how I originally felt, feel free to go check out that video. However, yeah, season 5, it was so much better when it came to the ending, and we learnt so much more when Biosyn was introduced, when we got the Nothosaurus out of nowhere, and then when the campers also returned, and then we get a nice little nod to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom right at the end. All of those things, whilst they shouldn't really make up my entire opinion about season 5, they added a lot to season 5 in my personal opinion, and I know that's a little bit silly, but honestly, the last 3 episodes of season 5 really saved that season from being a very, very meh, boring, kind of I don't really care for it season like season 4 was. But honestly, the ending of season 5 was truly Jurassic, and it just, I don't know, it felt complete and very, very nice to see. So that definitely saved it and bumped it up to 5th place. I say bump it up, but it probably wouldn't have moved from 5th place. However, very, very close in 4th place was Camp Cretaceous Season 2. When I think back to Season 2, I haven't watched it in a while, but when I think back to it, I don't really have anything on my mind. Nothing really stands out. Maybe the decapitated Sinoceratops, Mitch and Tiff, the Baryonyxes, Hap, those are really the only redeemable qualities from Season 2. I don't really see too much connection to the overall universe. We kind of see how the campers are starting to live their life after being left behind on Isla Nublar, so for me it kind of felt like a filler. I was going to say a filler episode, but actually it should really be called a filler season. And now that I'm thinking about it, I might have wanted to move Season 5 and Season 2 across one another, because Season 5 actually brought me a little bit of joy towards the end, whereas Season 2 was just rather boring. Maybe the E750 showcase right at the end and Hap may have saved this season for me, but it was very close between 5th place and 4th place for Season 5 and Season 2. In 3rd place, we have Camp Cretaceous Hidden Adventure. Yes, the brand new interactive episode that only released just over a month ago on November 15th, 2022. This interactive episode is completely free to every single one of you who own Netflix. You can go on over to Netflix and play this interactive episode where you have multiple endings, multiple choices, and multiple deaths. Or if you just want to check out the deaths, I've also made that video on my channel as well. But Hidden Adventure was a little bit better than Season 2, 5 and 4. Again, it was only merely an episode, but I believe you can probably make 3 episodes out of it, depending on what decisions and choices you make throughout it. It wasn't really something that went too in depth. This is because it's probably not really canon. Some people are classifying it as soft canon, but I think the official status is currently unknown, or it's non-canon. We are still currently awaiting its official status. However, nobody's really coming out and saying exactly what it is, so it's kind of in a confusing barrel here, let's say. However, Hidden Adventure kind of showed the campers of how they got between Season 2 and Season 3 and how they were able to survive. We got to see a Tarbosaurus, which was absolutely awesome, Bumpy versus Blue, the Mosasaurus return, and overall Hidden Adventure, the actual place itself. It was awesome. It had a roller coaster, it had a jeep, it felt like Jurassic Park the game, and I can't help but think that that was an Easter egg towards it as well. It was just overall a little bit of fun, and I didn't really take it too seriously because I assumed that none of it's really canon. Hopefully maybe the Tarbosaurus is canon, but that's all I could really ask for. And that's why it's in 3rd place. In 2nd place, we have a toss-up between Season 1 or Season 3. Now, in 2nd place, I've gone with... I don't know if you heard that drum roll, but I've gone with Season 1. Yes, Season 1, the first ever season of Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous that released back in September of 2020. That thing is 2 years old now. How crazy is that? It's been such a long time, but it feels like yesterday at the same time. Season 1, as you guys know, connected so many things with the actual movie of Jurassic World and then off-camera bits from Camp Cretaceous. For me, I absolutely adore things like that. I love it where you can see a little snippet from something that happened from the main timeline of the movies show up in a smaller, let's say, series or something. That's why when I saw a behind the scenes look at Battle at Big Rock in the Jurassic World Dominion movie, deep down inside I was geeking out. I was loving it. It just shows how connected this universe is. And I know some people say, oh, but you don't always have to connect things. But that's what an expanded universe is for, to connect things and showcase things and basically come across as if, you know, this is actually what happens. Now obviously I don't want it forced down a throat, and season 1 had a perfect balance of that. We saw Masrani shooting at the Indominus Rex. We saw the evacuation as well, and just loads of little things like this were able to connect with season 1 and Camp Cretaceous. And actually, for me personally, it was a main reason why I enjoyed season 1 so much. And one of the main final answers here as to why I enjoyed season 1, it kickstarted something that we've been wanting from Jurassic for a very, very long time. A canonical spin-off series to the main timeline of the movies. And that's something that we have lacked for so many years as Jurassic fans, and finally it's something that we were able to get, and hopefully kickstart some live action series, or maybe shorter films that are also spin-offs as well to the main timeline. Overall, season 1 was very, very enjoyable. Now we have the number 1 spot with Camp Cretaceous Season 3, and I can definitely assure you that 90% of the fanbase watching Camp Cretaceous and this video would agree with me on this. Camp Cretaceous Season 3 was truly remarkable, and honestly, I'd probably rank it up there a lot higher than a lot of the movies within this franchise. It was truly terrific, and it had a really big horror vibe here. Yes, I guess you can say Camp Cretaceous was for kids, but it's branded as young adults, and Camp Cretaceous Season 3 showed exactly why. With many elements of horror, we got introduced to the brand new hybrid of the Scorpius Rex, which was a great introduction to canon and adds a little bit more story between the years of 2005 and 2012. A dark period within Jurassic history that we don't really know too much about. However, we finally learned that in 2009, Dr. Henry Wu created the Scorpius Rex, which was too crazy to be put on display. So he went ahead and put it into cryogenic freeze, only for it to break out in June of 2016. It would then go on and cause horror for the campers and kill so many dinosaurs, and I really do mean so many dinosaurs across Isla Nublar, absolutely devastating the ecosystem on the island. The horror, the return to Jurassic Park, the brand new lore, season 3 didn't really put a foot wrong. I think there was maybe one episode in there that I didn't really like too much. But for me, it's probably about an 8.5, 9 out of 10 for this franchise, with a 10 out of 10 being Jurassic Park. I know some people are probably thinking, how can you rate an animated kids show higher than the movies? Well, if you don't look at it like that and you're very open-minded, you can see why season 3 is truly remarkable. And hopefully, it eventually gets the recognition it deserves, because it definitely carried Camp Cretaceous. Well, ladies and gents, that's where we'll be ranking all 6 of the seasons from Camp Cretaceous, one of them being an interactive episode. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to press that like button, and don't forget to also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and you wish to stay up to date on all of the news from the Jurassic franchise. But in the meantime, and most importantly, make sure you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you. Did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.